Could I speak to Mr. Clinton, if I could speak to there,
Mr.
please?
Baptiste.
I've been given your...
Yeah.
I beg your pardon?
Clinton. Yeah, my name's Clinton Baptiste.
I've been given your number by Jeff Codson.
Jeff, I do know a Jeff. It's well, he's been coming to me for quite some time for readings. Is it the same guy?
Well, I've been given your number by him. I didn't realise this was a phone-in?
Well, it's my podcast. And actually, if you don't mind, we got you on tape now. Can you tell me what this is about?
Well, I've been given your number by Jeff, who has been a client of mine for a number of years now, and I'm extremely concerned for his safety.
In what respect?
Well, with respect, it's not a joke, this, by the way, if you think I'm one of these prank callsters. This is...
No, they normally have an element of humour about them. Go on, what is it I can do for you?
Sorry, I'm not sure I like your tone.
Well, can you just spit it out, please, Dr. Catherine Mordaunt?
It's not Mordaunt, it's Morph-Passant.
Morph-Passant, all right.
Morph-Passant, it's double-barrelled.
Well, whatever it is, can you get on with it? What can I do for you? Because Jeff is a very dear friend of mine, and we've been convening with Spirit for quite some time.
Well, I'm glad he's a close friend of yours. My concern is for his mental health, his state of mental health. He's told me that you have taken advantage, shall we say, of his difficulties and has rather fallen under your, he called it a spell. He rang me quite distressed. Right. He said he can't come to see me anymore and that he was going to be seeing you under your instruction. And I'm extremely concerned that a guy like Jeff, who's been coming to me for a number of years, is now, to all intents and purposes, being misguided by somebody with very few, if any, professional qualifications. I just wanted to ask you where you trained, what professional qualifications you have.
Right, okay. Can I get a word in, Mrs. Mispessant?
Yes, go ahead.
Let me tell you something. I am a spirit medium, I'm a clairvoyant, and I'm a psychic. And people like Jeff come to me because they have not found the answers in conventional medicine.
Can I ask you about your professional qualifications to be dealing with people with mental health issues such as Jeff?
Ample.
Can you give me precisely
All right,
where you trained?
I trained in the Third Eye University of Massachusetts of the paranormal, and I've got a certificate. I've got a certificate and everything, and it's got a hologram with Arthur C. Clarke's skull on it. One of the most brilliant scientists known to man.
That's a novelist.
Well, he was a scientist. Can I just finish, please? I've got all the positive thinking books of Dr. Paul McKenna, and I've including Healing Your Emotional Self.
TV personality, Paul McKenna.
He's a doctor and he's a therapist.
I don't think he is a doctor and a therapist. I think he can help people with very minimal issues. But even then, I understand that people use conventional medicine alongside it.
And smoking. But I've read all the cognitive behavioural therapy. I've got the 10 Easy Steps book that came with a free CD that I've listened to many, many times.
Right.
And I've also met Denise Robinson. I don't know if she still is, but she was the resident counsellor on the sofa in Good Morning Britain, and she's an agony aunt. And a lot of the people I speak to are in agony, emotional agony, and I help them.
Likewise, absolutely. You know, I have extreme concern for this young man. He has all sorts of issues, which I won't go into.
Yeah, one of them is his mum's talking to him, and his mum is guiding him, and quite honestly, she's doing more to guide him with that girlfriend. You'll know all about that. And she's done an awful lot to help him. And what's more, I met Dr. Hilary Jones at a rugby do, and I spoke to him about it, and he agreed with my methods and all.
My main concern here is that, by the sound of it, you're not qualified in any sense whatsoever, other than
very narrow-minded.
You know, it's not about being narrow-minded; it's about professionalism.
All right, I've got a medical background. I was a medical doctor when I worked in Chorley. I was a first aider there at Debenhams.
Where did you train?
St John's.
St John's. St John's Hospital?
The ambulance of St John's.
Right.
Yeah.
And can you talk me through that training then, please?
Well, it would serve me very well when I was nursing my mum. And you're very narrow-minded. And
I don't think it's a question of being narrow-minded. With all due respect, it's dangerous for you to be talking to people who have auditory hallucinations and psychosis, and to be telling them that it's definitely relatives.
Yes, it is, his mum.
You know, this is... Well, look, the point is, whether he thinks he's hearing his mum or not, he has a multitude of difficulties, and he needs a great deal of help. He's on medication, as you Well, I imagine you
I told him
may
to get
know.
off it. I told him to get off it.
Well,
Because
that's
the
extremely
voice,
dangerous.
when he's off it, the voices come through and advise him.
I'm concerned for him, and I'm concerned that people such as yourself are rather deluded and are rather taking advantage of some very vulnerable people.
Right. Well,
so I would ask you, please, to lay off.
Right, and I would ask you to get back to NHS and your big comfy armchair and finish your Sudoku and stop charging people for a load of rubbish. You've only got flipping Bourbons, haven't you?
No, we've got Garibaldi's, but that's hardly the point.
Right.
The point being, I think you'll find that you're dabbling in very dangerous waters.
Can I just say this? I didn't want to get technical on you. I didn't want to get too technical, but I've read Raj Baswad, I've read Dr. Hilary Jones, I've got all the CDs, and I've got something on Kindle as well, which I've just started, all about Heal Thyself. And my medical opinion is you can shove your Garibaldis up your arse. Thank you.
Hello?